I'm going into a different database. Yes, I'm signing in again as VP1. Like I said, there's a VP in every area. This is the new UI that Paco had shown in his demos as well. So I'm going to go to credit to cash operations, because that's where my content is. All right, so I'm going to go to AR collection analysis, which is our first dashboard. Notice the filters. You're able to filter by business unit, customer, collector, base currency, and we're looking at the last 6 months. Probably a bigger range than I would look at collections for, but we want to make sure we have some data to look at. So we're looking at the AR balance versus overdue balance. What is overdue from this position? AR balance versus collected. Now you can get a picture of the health of your collections vis-a-vis your AR position. Write-offs and deductions, right? Are you writing off everything, or are you, and your disputes? How many disputes are being managed? It looks like the period 2 had issues, right? Because everywhere I go, I see issues in period 2. Top 5 customer risk score and top 5 customer balances. The risk score is something that we had added to AR. I believe it was in release 9.1. That allows you to manage the risk of non-payment. We're actually looking to use this as a part of a machine learning exercise to manage what to do, maximize collections. So the risk score becomes really important. What I think is important is if the top 5 customer balances overlaps in any way, shape, or form with the top 5 customer risk score, and it might in one or more cases. And of course, towards the bottom, there's a list of all the transactions, the AR items that make up, and payments that make up the content of this chart. Okay, I want to go back. To see, I can't go back. Okay, I'm going to go home. That was different. All right, I'm going to go back into our credit to cash. I'm going to go to collector performance. I want to show you guys the collector performance dashboard as well. Like I said, you've been asking for collector performance because you want to look at the health of your collections team itself. So we've got Charles and potentially Kenneth over here who have a lot of open items and not a whole lot of closed items. They're not closing as much as they're getting, maybe overload of work, if you will. But what's interesting about this is write-offs by collector. So Kenneth has quite a bit of, not a whole lot of closure or finishing off an AR, but there's a lot of write-offs. So is that how we're closing our transactions? Is that what the problem is? And also showing on this chart on the dashboard overdue balances by collector and currency. Right? How much is overdue? How much of this amount is overdue? And the credit memos by collector as well. And then of course the detail at the bottom. But this is a way to understand who's doing what. Now what we're looking at is the last 6 months of all the collectors that we have across the board. So this obviously is the filters can be added to look at it by business unit and so on and so forth.